Welcome back to the channel. Look at this bad boy. Nice little beanie. I've still got a bit of man flu, so apologies. But what do you reckon to that? That's all right, isn't it? If you give me a shout in the comments, I have got a couple. I can always send them out. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I quite like it. Anyway, tonight's video is a Christmas special. There's nothing special about it, let me tell you. It's very close to Christmas, so I thought I'd do another video just to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a great New Year. Follow your dreams and all that malarkey. Anyway, we'll get into the video and I'll tell you what's going to go on this video. So, I want to talk about my Yellow Lotus Norfolk Mustard S1. Same as that bad boy there, and the same as the one in the thumbnail. The reason why I want to talk about that car, I'll tell you the story about the car, but also my mum and dad shortly are moving house, so they're doing a massive, bit of a clearance type stuff. My mum's gone and found something in the last video that I was annoyed about, people not giving their service history in to dealers. Is a little bit different on this one, but I still do have the service history. Now, I have reached out to try and find that car because it is still on the road, but I can't find anyone. So if anyone, very doubtful, has that car, get in touch because you can have all this paperwork. So I'll tell you about the car first. So at the time, I had a gold MGF. I told you in the last video, W341OLA, Ola. Now, had the same engine as the Lotus, the dreaded K series, but I really wanted a Lotus. I was only 23, but I was like, it's my affordable dream car. I really want this Lotus. So went to have a look at a couple and decided on taking this one. There was this one, which was an S-Reg, so 1998, and there was one that was from 2001, an X-Reg, but that had more miles, and this had the lower mileage, so I opted for this one, and it was really, really good. Really good. So did the deal, got that. There is a later story about the dealer who gave me a warranty and then actually never paid for the warranty, so we did actually end up in court, but me as the customer this time. And I won because basically he told me that he'd paid for a warranty. Something went wrong with the car. I went through the warranty company and they refused to pay it. So we ended up in court. He lost, so he had to pay all our fees and the thing. Anyway, that's a different story for another time. However, this car, 23, driving around in a Lotus Elise, thinking I was the man. The insurance was $3,000, but I didn't pay that. So put it in my dad's name and drove it I think I've said this before, very infrequent through Saga over 50s insurance plan. Anyway, that is the story of that car. It did get wrote off, so I did write it off, hence why I still have all the paperwork. Because I went to the scrapyard where they took it, there was a radio. I put my radio in there. The days where, I've said before, Kev boy, I took my radio, I put my radio in, sorry. It was a radio that Mum and Dad bought me for my 21st, so it was quite, sentimental. It was a Sony one, one DIN, matched up with all the speakers, but it was a lovely thing. But when they took the car to the scrapyard, they wouldn't let me have access to the car. So I obviously kept all this stuff. It did get sold, and it has been rebuilt because it's still on the road. It just had front end damage. Well, actually, no, it didn't. It had rear end damage. What am I talking about? The back driver quarter panel was crushed basically, but it's all like a one-piece fiberglass. So what happened was, got up that morning, got in the car, driving to work, because I used to daily this thing, daily a Lotus Elise, I dare you. I was thin back then and quite nimble, and I could get in and out of the car dead easy. So got up that morning, and not too far away from the house where I was living at the time, there was like a little blind bend. So I'm going through the blind bend, but all the sides, it was in summer, so all the hedges were quite high and stuff, so someone wouldn't see me. Anyway, I knew this, so I'm taking it steady, and out of nowhere, right, I mean nowhere, a 7-seater, I don't know what it was, like a Kia Sedona or something like that, coming towards me. So I'm going this way, coming towards me, on my side of the road, right, so to get my front out of the way, I kind of like did that, but as doing that, I jarred my back and clattered straight into my backhand, and it spun me 3 times. I had my window down, and my wing mirror came straight across my face and dislodged down near the handbrake, so I was dead lucky. I got out of the car, and I'm ashamed to say I ran towards this car like in absolute rage. This thing was my pride and joy. And I found a lady with her daughter. And as the impact, just before the impact, I could see them arguing. She wasn't even watching on the road. Now, what I will ask you is, if you had no evidence at all in that crash, who would be at fault? You would imagine the 23-year-old in a sports car, not the mother in an MPV. How wrong could you be on this occasion? Luckily for me, as the impact hit, it burst her front tyre, and the disc went onto the road. And the disc made an imprint on the concrete all the way to the car's resting place. So, literally scored the road. So the police could easily tell that she was on the wrong side of the road. So that was... the husband even came down and threatened me because I got too irate with his wife, which was quite interesting. Yeah, that was quite interesting. I don't think he'll ever do that one again. But anyway, that's a different story. So it was quite... Listen, I was 23. I probably would have handled it... Well, I definitely would handle it differently now. I'm more chilled out. But at that time, it was my Lotus. It was my dream car. It was my baby. Didn't have kids at that point. So it was, you know, as most of you watching here, if you've got kids, your life changes when you have kids. Before kids, I think you probably have material things more, and they mean more to you. So this car meant a lot to me. Anyway, got out of that situation. I got another letter, actually. Yeah, I got a letter from them as well, from their solicitor, threatening to sue me because the daughter bruised her thumb. Yeah, that was quite an interesting one for my insurance legal team to deal with. So I left it with them. Police had come round and everything. It was quite... they'd shut the road and all sorts. So potentially, like, if I'm really honest, I'm probably quite lucky to come out of that with no injuries whatsoever. Yeah, it was a dodgy one. So what did I do after crashing that car? Did the stupidest thing you could possibly think of. Went and bought another. This time, a red one. So it was beautiful. I'll insert the picture in here now. It was a beautiful thing. I think everyone on the street thought it was a Ferrari. It was cream leather interior, bright red. Loved the car. Went to Doncaster for that one. Paid 10 grand for that one off someone's drive. The reason why I say stupidest thing ever is because about 4 months later, found out we're having our first girl. So, and at the point, I was like, it's no problem. I'll put her in the front. There'll be no worries. The car seat will go in. But again, if you're a parent watching this, you'll probably, you know, again, I was probably, 24 at the time, thinking, I'll be fine. Nah. I did wise up right towards the end of the pregnancy. Probably did another stupid thing, though, if I'm honest. I swapped, well, as the Americans say, I swapped pink slips. I swapped it for a different car that was worth way less. At the time, it was probably a straight swap. Now, it's an absolute stupid thing to do. So it was the newer version of the purple BM I had. So it's a black compact. That was a 2002. So a few years newer. Straight swap for 7 grand each. So I paid 7, they paid 7. Swap V5s and job was a good one. They rang me about 3 weeks later saying, did you know that the head gasket was going? So I obviously didn't, but then I also said, well, did you know the car you sold me had no oil? So it was listen, I sold it to a priest, actually. It was a guy who did part-time car sales and part-time stuff at the church. So yeah, it was an odd place, but worked for me at the time. But again, you know, what these cars are worth now, I'm absolutely gutted, but hey-ho, you live and you learn. In fact, put in the comments which car you used to have and what it's worth now and which one you really wish you'd kept. That's a great thing for the comments. Yeah, that'd be a great thing to see as well. I'm looking forward to some of them cars that you used to have. Put them in and let's have a bit of a cry together on how much them cars are probably worth now. Yeah, please put them in. That'd be great. That'd be great reading. So move on to the compact. Then what happened to this car has actually happened to me before. So would you believe I consider myself a good driver? I keep telling you about all these crashes I've had. I don't think any of them have been my fault, right? But I've crashed into a deer twice. First one was in my first ever Astra. Smacked it. My dad came and rescued me, and he's like, "Where's the deer?" I was like, "Oh, farmer's come and took it." He's like, "Oh, gutted. We could have, sold that for me." Anyway, he pulled it straight, pulled it back out. Car was fine. Ran on. I didn't really hit that one too hard. The next one was an interesting one because I'd gone to the hospital with my wife to have my first baby. She was obviously having contractions and stuff, so we whizzed to the hospital. Got there, she was first baby, she was in so much pain. Got there and they said, "Look, you're not dilated enough, so go home." Driving home, bosh, into another deer in that black compact. I'd left it parked outside for about 3 weeks. I didn't even touch it, obviously, and the street were guessing what I'd hit because there was a bit of flesh still hanging out of the lights, which is a bit minging, isn't it? Cost me about 250 quid from memory to fix that one. But it was fine. And then after that impact, we went home. We were home about 20 minutes, and we were probably about half an hour away from the hospital. And within half an hour, we were on the way back. My wife's mum had come and picked us up and took us straight back. So the impact helped get ready for the baby. I'm sure of it. I am absolutely sure of it. So that was the story of that one. And then I think I got wise. So I had my first girl. And I was like, why am I driving this BM around when I could just be driving a shitty Corsa? So I got rid of it and bought a shitty Corsa. 51 plate. It was an absolute wicked thing, that, because I didn't care about it. A bit like what I was saying about the dog car. Just left it anywhere, didn't lock it, just, it was magic. So that's the story of the two Lotuses and the compact, the BM compact. So I just thought it'd be good just to quickly go into this. So remember, this is the yellow Lotus Elise. I'll block out some of the names. I mean, the gentleman has a very similar surname to mine. So he picked this up in 2004. The registration for this one, if you want to check it, I know there's a few geeks out there. I do the same, by the way, so I call myself a registration plate geek. This is S110 ACE, but I think it's a G. It's AGE. Definitely AGE. So have a look at that one. When he picked this one up, he paid 13 grand for it in 2004, and it had done 22,000 miles. I mean, even this looks like the original. It's the original invoice and the original warranty booklet. He paid 13 grand for it, but he actually exchanged a BMW 320 compact. My God, I never knew that. And this was a 51 plate, so this is like years before I had this car. 22,000. Yeah, it's S110 ACG. So that's that bit. And then look at this. This is what I found fascinating. The old MOT certificates. Do you remember them? Nothing was online at this point. Look, just like the good old... There's loads of them here. Well, absolutely loads of them. And then, if you think of the service book. So if I show you the course that I've currently got, you've seen that in the last video. That's the service book for it. Nice chunky service book, stamps, etc. Back in the day, the Lotuses, that's it. Crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's got stamps in here, look. So... mustard yellow, that's not the correct colour, it's Norfolk yellow. But anyway, so you got your owner's name there, what it is, and then for some reason there's a couple cut out. Not sure why. A couple missing. But yeah, look the stamps, look. Block that owner out there, but there's a stamp. And then if you go into a little bit more detail, here we go. In fact, they were all the owners. That's why they're cut out. That's quite clever, isn't it? So each owner could then tell them what. So they've cut them out, and this is the service history. So this will be valuable to somebody that's got that car, I'm sure. So like I say, if you've got it, very doubtful you'll be watching this video, but if you have, get in touch. I can help you out with that. And then just a normal pack with all the other stuff. You've got the driving control, technical data, the warranty stuff, all the information, and the dealer directory. On this one, with the dealer directory. to all your Lotus garages all across Europe by the look of this. Channel Islands, one in Jersey, Norfolk, obviously where Lotus was born in Norwich. Yeah, UK dealers. Let's see where else. Channel Islands, I've said. Oh yeah, bloody hell, yeah. Antwerp, Italy, Germany. So if you break down while you're abroad, you know where to go. Because this will be probably, what this will be? 1998. Is that pre-sat-nav? It must be pre-sat-nav, that. Unless them TomTom or Garmin's. When did they come out? If you know, put it in the comments. I can't remember. But if it's pre-sat-nav, then you'll be using this in a bloody road map. Yeah, listen, I thought that'd be interesting for some of you car nuts, especially these. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, and the story of the car. And I do want one back, and I will get one back. I'm just now deciding whether to get another one right now, or whether it's time for electric. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. I do something about Teslas that I like. So I'm thinking about all sorts of different things at the moment. There's loads of different options. So what I'm going to do now, just quickly, I'm going to pop in a little video from the other day when I was changing the backlight for the Corsa. Dead simple, really easy, probably the easiest thing I've ever done. So I'll pop that in now. So this cracked backlight we are changing. One in there, look. Happy days. I've just removed this panel from there, and then there's two screws that just go on there. That one pops out, that one pops in, and we just have to plug in the lights and swap the bulbs over. Job's a good one. And there we have it. Dead simple, the easiest repair I've ever done. That's a new light. Got it off eBay for about 35 quid. It's a bit dark in there, but there's two little bolts in there. They flip off. You take the switch out of there. That's it. It's the old cracked one. So dead easy. Easy to do. Thought I'd give you that little update. Looking lovely. Right, so like I said, dead easy, wasn't it? Really easy change. So what have I got still to do on that one? I need to take it for an MOT because I like to get all my cars MOT'd and ready before putting up for sale. And with the Christmas break, I've just kind of slacked off with that one a little bit. So I've done all the interior. That's all cleaned. Changed the back light. I just need to do a full exterior valet detail on it. Excuse me. MOT's booked in for the Monday after Christmas. So, don't know what that is. Can't remember. First, second, I don't know. And I think that is all for now. The Fiat 500, I still have, but I decided to put it up. In the last video I was talking about, I keep putting it up in price, down in price, up in price. I've put it quite high at the moment, but that is for a reason. I can't tell you why right now, because, well, for reasons that will become clear later on. I do have a buyer for it, but I've delayed selling it. I'll have to tell you that in another video. The delay is nothing to do with the car. It's purely my choice. The car is mint. Really, really good. I love it, in fact. So I'll come to that in another video. It will be probably later on, like as in a few months' time. If I choose to sell it before that, I'll obviously let you know. But if I don't, I'll tell you the reason why later on. And all that I've got left to say now is, listen, have a great Christmas with your family and friends. You know, drink too much, eat too much, and then we can all go on a detox together in January. Have a great time. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video and pop your comments down below. Thank you very much. Have a great Christmas, and I'll see you on the other side. Ciao.